On this video, I'm going to be working in Psalm 48. I'll be reading the Hebrew, doing grammar analysis with commentary. This psalm deals with the deliverance of Zion or Jerusalem, and probably looking at, under the Assyrians, the invasion of Jerusalem, where they were not able to overrun Jerusalem. So it's a song praising the Lord for protecting and delivering Jerusalem. It begins, Shir Mizmor Libnei Korah. That is a song, a psalm of the sons of Korah. We begin then, verse 2, Gadol Adonai umechulal me'od. Great is the Lord, and highly or greatly to be praised. Notice mechulal is a puel participle from the root halal, to praise. It's got that mem prefix with the shabah followed by the kibbutz and doubling of the middle radical in the lamed, indicative of a puel stem. So greatly or highly to be praised. But Ir Elohim har kodsho, in the city of our God, the mountain of his holiness. Har kodsho, I would translate the mountain of his holiness. And then we're looking here at how this is God's holy mountain. We're no doubt looking at Jerusalem, where the mountain, where the temple was located. And so we move on, verse 3, Yafeh Nof Misos Kol Haaretz. Fair in situation, the joy of all the earth. Har Zion Yarketei Tzafon. Mount Zion in the sides or the uttermost parts of the north. Yarketei is a plural masculine noun in construct with Tzafon, the sides of the north. And then Kiryat, and then he goes on, Har Sion, well, the next phrase I should say, Kiryat Melech Rav, the city of the great king. So again, we're looking at the beautiful elevation of Jerusalem and the temple, and how it is the city of the great king. Looking again at the worship of God, who has the temple on that mountain in Jerusalem. And so it continues, verse 4, Elohim be'ar menotecha, that is, God is in her palaces, Noda lemisgav. He has made himself known for a stronghold. He has been made known. Noda is from Yada. He is made known, a nifal, from the root vada. So he has made himself known for a stronghold. That is, God has made himself known by allowing the Jerusalem to be preserved from the attack of the Assyrians. So then we continue, verse 5, Ki hine hamelachim noda'ah. For behold, kings were or assembled themselves. From Ya'ad, to assemble, a nifal perfect or imperfect, or nifal perfect, I should say, third person plural from Ya'ad, which historically was Ba'ad, that is to assemble, a pei vav verb. Avru Yakdav, they came forward together, or they passed over, really is what the Hebrew says, to attack Jerusalem. And then we move on. Hemara'u kain tama'u. They saw and they were amazed. Ra'u is from ra'a, a lamed hey verb. It's the cow perfect third common plural from ra'a, where the hey has elided. So they saw, and thus they were amazed. Tamar, tama means to be amazed, and so they saw and they were amazed. Nivhalu nechpazu. They were made afraid and they hasted away. Nivhalu is a nifal, a perfect third common plural from bahal, to be terrified. So they were made afraid or terrified, and they hasted away. Hapaz is the root, another nifal, a third common plural, a perfect. So they hasted away. Trembling took hold of them there. Ra'ada ahazatam sham. Trembling seized them. This is from ahaz, to seize. It's the cow perfect, followed by the pronominal suffix in the third masculine singular. So trembling seized them, and there, heel kayoleda, pangs, as a woman in travail, like travail to have a child. And here we have again yoleda from yalad, to travail. It is a participle, a feminine participle from yalad. They were in pain, as a woman in travail, pangs. Baruah Kadesh, with the east wind, Teshaber Oniyot Tarshish. You break the ships of Tarshish. Ruach Kadim, two nouns, wind of the east, or with the east wind, or with the wind of the east. Teshaber is from Shabar. It's the PL imperfect second masculine singular from Shabar. Notice the Shava followed by the Pathat, indicative of a PL imperfect. So you broke second person singular with the tav here prefix. So you broke the ships of Tarshish. Oniyot is in construct with Tarshish. So you broke the ship of Tarshish. And then in the next verse 9, Ka'asher shamanu kain ra'inu. As we have heard, so we have seen. Shamanu is the cow perfect first common plural from shama. Thus ra'inu, we have seen. The cow perfect third first common plural from ra'ah. Notice the new ending here, making it a first person plural. Thus we have seen. And then, Ba'ir Adonai Tsevaot, Ba'ir Eloheinu. In the city of the Lord of hosts in the city of our God. So there's that emphasis upon Jerusalem as the city of the Lord of hosts, and this in the city of our God, Elohim, Yehoneneha ad olam Selah. That is, God established it forever. Ad olam Selah. Notice Yehoneneha is from kun, to establish. It's a polal imperfect third masculine singular, followed by the pronominal suffix in the ha here. So God established it forever. Verse 10, Diminu Elohim has decha. We have thought on the loving kindness of God. Diminu is a PL perfect third, first common plural from Dhamma. So we have thought on God and your loving kindness. We have thought on your love. We probably will render this, O God, on your loving kindness. Bekerev echalecha, in the midst of your temple. So we remember your loving kindness and what you have done. And we're just praising God, the psalmist is saying, for that. Verse 11, Keshimcha Elohim kain tehilatecha. As is your name, O God, so is your praise, al katzvei eretz, unto the ends of the earth. Notice here, your name is praise to the ends of the earth. As according to your name, it's gone out everywhere. And then your right hand, tzedek, mala'ah yaminecha, righteousness fills your right hand. That is, God's power to defend against the Assyrians is being elevated, his right hand, and the power that was displayed in doing that. So let Zion be glad, Yismach har Zion, let the daughters of Jerusalem rejoice, Tagelna benot Yehudah, because of your judgment. Nama'an mishpatecha. Notice Yismach is the cow imperfect third masculine singular from Samach. So let Mount Zion be glad. Let the daughters of Judah, here we have a feminine plural noun in construct with Yehudah. So let the daughters of Judah rejoice. Tagelna from Galah. So let the daughters of Jerusalem, because to rejoice, because of your judgment. Lema'an mishpatecha. And then we continue in verse 13. Walk around Zion and go around her. Sovu Tzion v'ha kifuha. Sovu is from savav, a double ayin root. And there is that imperative here, the cow imperative, second plural or masculine plural. So walk around Zion, v'ha kifuha, and go around her. A hifil imperative from nakaf. So go around her, and ha is your pronominal suffix, third feminine singular. Sifru migdalecha. Count the towers of her, or count her towers. Sifru is an imperative again, masculine plural. Count her towers, cow imperative. And then mark well her ramparts. Verse 14. She too Libachem lechelah. Place well or mark well. Mark to your heart, literally, her ramparts. And then Pasugu armenotecha. Traverse or pass her palaces. Look at God's greatness in this temple. Pasagu is from pasag. It's the PL imperative, the masculine plural. So pass or traverse her palaces in order that you might tell it to the following generation. Lama'an tesafru ledur aharon, that you might relate it to the following generation. In other words, the idea is you're to relate the greatness of God to generation after generation. And then he concludes, this is a story to be told. Ki zeh Elohim Eloheinu olam ba'ed. For such is God, our God, forever and ever, who yenahagenu al mut. He will guide us unto death, literally. And probably al mut means upon death, but it probably means forever. Looking at God's ability and greatness to protect and take care of God's people. And some take this as a musical instrument. However, I think it means unto death or unto the end of life. You will guide us, and we can trust in you. And notice Yenahagenu is from Nahag, to guide. It's a PL imperfect, third masculine singular with the, or third common plural, or third masculine plural from Nahag. So you will guide us forever or unto death. And really, till the end of life, I think is the thought here. And so it's looking at God's greatness in deliverance. And I think about the New Testament that elevates Christ as king over the New Jerusalem, over the people of God in the New Testament. We have that great focus of Jesus Christ as Melech Melechim, as King of Kings, Adonim, as Lord of Lords, and certainly what is spoken of here has application in the New Testament to Jesus Christ, who is indeed exalted as King and Sovereign Lord.